We're live.
Yay!
Yay! Hello, everybody.
Hello. All right. So, hello and welcome to the first episode of the Morecheese in the Metaverse, the newest, worst show ever. We're going to start soon, but first, probably the worst theme song you've ever heard. Here you go.
More cheese in the Metaverse on a digital quest each day. Finding Upland news and NFTs to trade away. From blockchain gated to PC delights, navigating the virtual world amidst countless bites.
Oh, whoever's listening with me right now and watching at the same time, please mute your other window. Sort of Lando's face. That's I had so much practice with this, so now I know. All right. So just to get you guys up to date, this will be a completely new show format and style. Things will shift and change because I'm a crazy Gemini and I just hate doing the same thing over and over again. We're here to have fun first and foremost. Some of the segments will include Upland News, NFT Spotlights, Metaverse News Roundup, Viewer Showcase, Metaverse Debates, Random Moments, and just remember we're here to have fun. None of this is financial advice and viewer discretion is advised. How you guys doing?
We're great. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, thank you for coming along to, possibly a train wreck. But yes, just to introduce, is Shakdalin, Player of the Year from Upland. And Mr. Uplando down there. You're muted just in case you want to say something. No, you're good. You're good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh man, so let's jump into it with the Upland news, the Tokyo release. How did you guys go with that?
Shak, did you go in on Tokyo?
I did. I went ahead and sent my Block Explorer over to Tokyo, and then I minted Tokyo while I drank coffee in bed.
Style points.
And I picked up 6 properties in Yo-Yo or whatever it's called.
Yogi. You were right both times. Yogi. Hey, Yogi.
Yogi. Drifter is starting up a node there, and he invited me, and so I went on over and I just got 6 random properties in Yogi, and very excited to be there. And I'll save it for later. I did something cool with it, but I'll tell you later.
Oh, really?
Later in this show.
Oh, okay.
Well, teaser. Stick around.
Yeah. Oh. How did you do, Uplando?
You know what? I stuck to my plan. I wanted to mint where my Block Explorer was, my tail was, and that 30 minutes prior, I had made the decision based upon how a Block Explorer drifts that was not going to be the best idea for me. What I did like is that the Upland did have those minted properties because it gave me an opportunity to send my Block Explorer back to be able to get it to move in the right direction. So I burned, 4 sends, which is amazing to change the direction of Block Explorer, and just I was into Sindagaya, and I floated right over to Jingame and did get that road. I got 2 on the road there. That little stretch above the water or below the water cheese. Yep, that stretch right there. That road is very highly speculated if it were to be a UR collection, not lot on that road. So it'll be interesting. Actually, the 2 properties that are in baby blue surrounded by the green are mine. Yep.
Oh, nice. Look at you.
So I scooped on that. That was the tail. And then then I floated on down, grabbed I had to grab a secondary on Shibuya. I because I skipped and I went into the crossing. Shibuya Crossings is basically at the northern part of Shibuya. It encompasses 3 or 4 different wards or neighborhoods. So, but I heard you picked up Shibuya.
I did. Thanks to Lily. Shout out to Lily.
Hey, well,
I you know me, I collect the Starbucks and the Burger King and the McDonald's or whatever I can get. And there was actually 2 Starbucks in Shibuya. One was a little more expensive than this, and then Lily actually found this one, which was the second one, and I got it for 225K. Poor C, she she went over this exact same one, and she was gonna buy it. And I'm like, I would have purchased it from you for double. I ended up paying like 25K more, so it was about 100K mint, but I'm good with that. I spent a total of 350K, which is pretty good, and I got about maybe 10 or 11 properties.
which is really great. I mean, you nailed it. You knocked it out of the park for that because I spent 400K and I think I was under 8.
You know what it is? The pressure when you're minting, like I didn't go, just to let everybody know, I did not go to Tokyo to mint anything. My plan this time was to completely stay where I was in LA and just secondary buy, and I got a lot of really nice stuff for inexpensive. Like, just for example, this one right up here was 14,500.
It's amazing. And you know what? You're on the line, Cheese. You're on the line. That's a great drift property for Pete's sake.
That's right. I didn't
When they
even think
open
of
up,
that.
get out of town. Free
Yeah.
cents for you.
If I go. But yeah, there were definitely up north and to the west, there were a lot of inexpensive property, and this is all secondary, so was even cheaper.
It's nice. Good for you.
And it was seamless. It was
It was nice.
nothing too, not like, there was one time where it was looping, but I refreshed it and it went right back. This was maybe one of the best openings, I think.
I
I
think so.
agree. I agree. No talking heads burning down the house. It was good.
Burning down the house. What do you guys think about no street collections? Because like I just found out there's like no streets in Tokyo. That's crazy.
Shaq?
No, I don't really. I don't know. Well, I don't own street collections, and I'm not a big fan of them because I just want an area to be a special place, not a street. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
really-
it's more difficult.
Sorry, Cheese.
Oh, sorry, no, I think we did at the same time.
It's a really good way to hear from people's different strategies. Shaq wasn't going for collections. All of my hits were for collections, and I just want the boost. I want to see if I can challenge myself to get there and mint in the areas that I want to, and get that extra little UPX a month for those.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. My normal minting is, I think it's 324K a month is what I make on UPX. With boosted, I'm in like 450. So it's a lot when you add
That's
up those
nice.
collections. Yeah.
That is nice because, like, with me, let me see if I go to my properties and it tells you there. Yeah, I think we're about the same, Glendo.
There you are.
I don't know if I'll make it to chief executive my next June.
It's a toughie, Can you tell us, if you don't mind, I mean, what your property numbers are and your, just to see what you can do it.
How do I do that?
If you click on your icon up left,
Okay.
just there you go. That's all you need to reveal. If you don't want to share already. That's a lot. So 1,500 properties with 110 collections. This is my point. you're probably pulling in a great boosted earning off of that. Actually,
All right.
makes a difference.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I
Felt very Annie Lennox. Would I lie to you?
oh wait. There we go. I'm just learning. It's okay.
Okay. First one,
um
collections boosted.
collection boosted. All right, yes. So thank you, Belinda. I spent a lot of money on Bronxdale, and I have no regrets because that's my baby. I'm from the Bronx, born and bred, and I'm creating a monster house with it. I I have a speedway. Oh my god, yeah, I have a speedway. I have a few level 2s there, guys. I have 3 meta ventures so far. Samurai Aquatics, Morecheese Pixel Palace, and Dogs Football. I'm trying to make it kind of like a one-stop shop. When you go to the Bronx, you want to do stuff, you come to Bronxdale, put Bronx on the map and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I think that was Shaq's point to that too in the plan, is that she finds value in the players that are actually making strides and building up an area. And we see a lot of older players that are, or that have been in for a little while, start to look at that and consolidate. They're selling off properties in areas that they once had wanted to do something with, but now have really, have a concerted effort in a specific neighborhood to bring that to light. I wanted to make quick mention, if I might, Cheese, that highlighted the two people that I'm on Cheese's show with. Of course, Morecheese and Shakland both have expansions in Uplandia. Bronxdale over in the Bronx is next with Cheese. And today I announced over on a show that will come out with Upland, Creedmoor with Shackleton and what they're doing there. And I got to tell you, I got to hand it to Noise to Meet You and Sir Dylan, who's come on to board to Uplandia. I am absolutely, we are moving to a web platform, but we are so excited to have Bronxdale in August and then follow that up with Creedmoor in October, which couldn't be a better time because each one of those expansions brings the palette. We gave them the entire, canvas, and they took it and they just painted. And so they put all this hard work in it, and it actually, the work that these two have put into this actually met the time frame that we were aiming for. So everything went very well, and I just a round of applause to you two, because it was incredible working with you.
And Shaq,
Yeah.
reach over to you and pat you on the back.
I have to shout out to Robzilla and Umbrella Boy, because I didn't do this by myself. Robzilla carried a lot of the weight in the story formation, and
Oh, that's cool.
we can't wait until it's released. So excited.
I do want to follow that. So sorry, Shaq. I want to follow that. You're right. I apologize. Absolutely. Robzilla did amazing. The teams that were on this. And by my pointing out that Shaq and Morecheese, I think that there's some leadership there. And then you have to have people that are great with your team to make it all work. So hats off to both teams, both people that were doing all that were involved. It will shine. It's a great story. Can't wait. I wish everybody could just go to it right now, but we are working on getting it in the game. Thank you both.
Thank you for approaching us. That was awesome.
Absolutely. So excited about Uplandia. Finally found some time to play. And I love it. And
did you do the quest? Did you finish the quest?
I failed.
But you got through. You got to Japan.
But I didn't win the Block Explorer because I had family visiting, and was very interested, in a great way. It was a beautiful, wonderful visit, but I didn't have enough time to figure out how to achieve the winnings.
It was a lot. Arguably, it was
There'll
a
be
lot.
more.
Yeah,
There'll be more.
true.
And hopefully we can get some sneaky peeky news from Uplando when we talk more about Uplandia. Actually, our next Upland news category, level 2 events. Uplandia and Upland Kingdoms having their first Upland events. How did that feel, Uplando?
It was good. Block Explorers have been something that I latched onto early on, obviously with the shop as a meta venture in Fresno there. And we've been kind of waiting for it to progress for Block Explorers with utility. Of course, the bridge to ETH gives you an opportunity to have your assets in Upland on another platform for sale. But the real utility in this came by having it be a stat increase or altering the stats or a boost in your gameplay. So the level 2 part of that, I absolutely am thrilled that we got to work with Upland's team members, specifically Heli and X1, to do that, and produced a great looking Block Explorer with great utility, and that will further on. Only 166 earned.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, which I want to point that you got. Well, and hey, look, it was a lot. We know that, but the trade-off point in this was you're looking at something that's 4 variants. That's 41.5, 42 mints per variant. That is not a lot. That is not a lot of Block Explorers. So I think it's going to be something that will forever be cemented as Genesis utility Block Explorers in the metaverse of Upland. And we gave everyone in my opinion, a really great story and a great question. You haven't seen the rest of Takashi's child yet. There is more to come.
That's awesome. And I just want to give a big shout out to you and Grom for making the quest easy. Well, as easy as can be. I was only level 7. I'm sorry, Shak. I'm sorry, Shak. Shak is gonna turn angry cheese on me.
Good stuff.
What I was only level 7. I'm only level 7. I didn't even reach the gate yet in Fresh Meadows. I didn't even see the village inside the forest. But I did purchase leather outfit. I was able to grind a bit on wood, the trees, and you could sell that for gold. And then you go to the trade place and you could buy yourself a little leather outfit. I'm sorry. And then you just buy a crap load of HP potions. I was only able to afford 130 HP potion and then a few 10 HP potions, but it worked to help me. And I am squishy AF in the forest, but when I was fighting these other people with the leather outfit on, Gimp mode made me unhittable.
Yeah, it's
Gimp mode outfit.
This is the thing. Look, we have to teach people how to play the game. We also have to teach people and educate them as we go along, which is what we're doing. So we were there constantly. There really was a lot of help throughout that, and people that were the most frustrated felt the most sense of accomplishment when they did finish it. And I think here's the thing: all of this is to help everybody understand that there is a economy, there is a stream of revenue, and that's through UPX. Players are making very good UPX off of their knowledge, off of having played the game, early adopters for crafting. And as it continues to evolve, you can be a casual player. You are not attacking one another at this time, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's not an aggressive game. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's okay because some people don't like that style of gameplay. There will be much more in the ways that we work with each other and that people do that. But right now, it's not. It's building you up and building up different types of good, bad, neutral for your alignment, and then following the story, understanding what's going on, getting people acclimated, working out the bugs, and then you'll have something to lose or something to fight for when you know what all the sides are. But I will say that it will be a welcome break to go play some ladies. So, because I just have to get the little soccer ball, the football in the net. That's my only thing. That's all I got to do.
I just figured out I could put comments on the screen.
Hey, you're learning.
This is awesome. Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah.
I was curious. I know that, Shak, you guys got to be close for ladies.
Well, the situation with ladies is that the game's ready to play. Upland sent it over to FIFA to get FIFA's approval, and we are waiting for FIFA to sign off on our game. Can you believe that?
That is
our
amazing.
Game went to FIFA.
Come on, FIFA. We want to play.
After Upland gets FIFA's sign off, then they can open up the dev shops. And we thank everyone for being very patient as we wait for this. But it is ready to go, and we're excited. Can't wait to get the dev shops into Creedmoor and Bronxdale and
Fresno.
Say again?
Fresno.
What's it called?
Fresno.
Oh, Woodward Park. I'm sorry, Woodward Park.
You cut out. I don't have my list in front of me. I'm sorry.
Woodward Park in Fresno.
Woodward Park, Fresno, and like 25 other nodes out there, which I won't rattle off right now, but we're very excited to get launched in all of this.
It's exciting.
It is very exciting. So, yeah.
I can't wait for that. Thank you for that. And we'll talk more on Uplandia later on as well, because I want to see if I can get some information out of you by techniques. He's like, we'll see, maybe. Master Builders update. So latest Master Builder structures created by Upland community members are now available for construction. Have you guys checked them out? I have not yet, which I should have, but I had no time. But they're in quite a few cities: Detroit, Dallas, Las Vegas, Queens, Buenos Aires, Rio, Sao Paulo, Porto, and Arlington.
Oh, geez, that's a lot.
Yeah. I know. Oh, go ahead.
How does it work?
Well, you can now construct them in any of those. Yeah. So like I know D-Tech won, and he was showing it to us in the Samurai Aquatics like private chat, and they kind of made his a little short. But yeah, he's working that out with them. I don't know if anything will be fixed, but to be quite honest, it still looked amazing to me. I thought it was still really cool. So we'll see. But
these were structures that they had submitted in the one, and they're finally now in. That's right.
Oh yeah, this community member submitted these.
Okay.
It's like the Lily Core Tower in San Francisco.
Yes. I'm waiting for an event where they can make a really, really thin Bronx home. Really thin. Very thin.
They need to do that.
Yeah.
Where else do we need thin little ones?
Queens, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Manhattan.
Somewhere else. I can't think of it right now. Anyway.
Japan.
And could be some. It'd be nice to see some smaller structures. Everybody kind of goes in for these big monolithic structures.
Yeah.
I don't know. it'd be cool to see some smaller structures so people really come at it next time there's a competition. I think that if they really build some cool structures, especially with Japan being introduced now, I think that's going to be a real, you'll see a resurgence of those. So.
I want to have Japanese style buildings for Japan.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, that's so, yeah, that would be so cool.
Agreed.
So I wonder, is Oni, that ON1, I call it Oni, I know that they mentioned that they're going to be doing map assets and BEs. Are they going to do the structures as well?
I don't know. I saw a post of them over on Twitter. It said, stay tuned. It's coming soon, which I think that it will. And I think that because they wanted to wait till Japan Open. So I suspect, I think that probably the two of the biggest months of Upland outside of the introduction of MV Motors and possibly for partners, maybe the Jackie Sai, but I think there's in this entire quarter leading up to the end of the year, I think some of the biggest announcements have yet to be made for Upland. So I think that that's something to look forward to. I did see over on Twitter, we had a player that Mr. Alan C posted his rig of playing Upland and playing Uplandia.
Alan C is so cool.
It was so cool. It was a great rig. I had monitor envy, and he underneath of it, X1 replied, and on the back of the whiteboard, X1 had a message on the back of the whiteboard. And so if you look at it, it's I think it's basically keep your eyes on this, keep your eye, you're going to want to follow. So I feel like that was a very clever way, because I always tease them about having walked into the offices in Vegas and taking snapshots of the whiteboard, So not that he did that for that purpose, but it is there on Twitter. Go take a look at it. There's some numbers there. There's some check marks there. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. I think there's something big in the way.
Oh my God. I got to go check that out. I met Alan in Vegas.
Really? Okay.
Yes, because he kept posting to Discord, and they were hilarious. They reminded me of Vines because they were quick and they were funny. And I was like, hey, Dak. I was like, I gotta meet him. And so I see him doing kind of another interview, and I come over, I'm like, hey. And we just kind of did a few little he interviewed me, I interviewed him, and it was really fun. He's so nice. He was there with his wife. A great couple of people. That was awesome.
It was great. I loved his stuff. So that's a very fun one. Speaking of Dak, shall we go over? I had some mechanical problems. I feel like I had miscommunication with my pit crew. I feel like we were trying to tune the vehicle. There are a lot of high expectations on this vehicle. We worked very hard to tune that S1E, and we are definitely retooling and making some adjustments, and we may be at the bottom right now, but that's okay because we'll be the underdog. We'll fight our way back. But congratulations, Cheese, on your first race you took first. What happened? I didn't get to see what else happened.
Well, all right. So it was my decider race. So I got into first. I really timed my boost very well. I have another strategy, but like I told in there, I'm not going to give that. I'm just going to say I gave 110%. And I'm going to go see Disney World and but yeah. The actual race I came in 5th, but that's okay because that's am I still in it? I'm still in it, right?
Oh, of course you can be. Yeah, it's a points thing, so you never know what's going to happen.
So this was just a decider to get you in.
Well, no, I think that was an official first week race. You go in heats, which was it was Morecheese had one racetrack opened in Rio, and I opened the same racetrack, and then we had out of the 12 people, there were 6 each, and then the tops of those races got to race in the final. So you took first. I took last in mine, so I was gone.
Tell them why. Tell them
I
why.
thought that I had another lap. I had 2 boosts in the can. I only used 1 boost. And so I was like, oh boy, here it is, fellas. You used up all your boosts, and here we go.
No.
And then it finished, and I was like, hey. I was dead last. I went over to the concession stand, started selling popcorn so I get my empty money back.
Aw.
That's where it was. So
that's it. No more for you.
No. Just simplest. Just that was the first week. I think we got 8 more weeks to go.
All right,
Dak
good.
might be able to drop
That's
that in there, but we did the things. So yeah, and I think there'll be a lot more of that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we'll have to next race. All right, so let's show this. Next race is September 8th at 17 UTC. That is on Friday, 10 a.m. PT. For those who don't do UTC, which is me. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. We were joking around a bit. Things were a little kerfuffled, but of course, anything that's worth anything that's fun or a good time is going to be kerfuffled. So
yeah, it was fun. It was like sitting in a. I knew what I presumed what we were supposed to be doing, but we were definitely trying to make 100%. So Dak, we were having fun going back and forth with Dak, and I'm sure he was tearing his hair out.
I agree, Dak. Like when things go too well, it's boring. That's why.
Well, I had tires rolling off of my car, and there was things happening. So. It reminds me of F1, like that Netflix series. Like I'm having that season right now. Uplando smashes into a corner, and yet there's another time the car has not worked for him. His team is disappointed. Shaktalin is hanging her head in shame. Morecheeze her sponsorship. They painted over the car. We'll have to see what happens next week.
I like that. You should be the announcer.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Carry on, my wayward son. No?
Yeah, no, Little Kansas. I was singing it with you. I was mouthing it.
So I do have next guest segment. Uplando, Goldie's not here, couldn't make it. Shak. I just want to know what projects you have going on, if you have anything else other than the Uplandia, or if you have stuff you could spill. Uplando and Shak, what are you kind of working on now that you want to promote?
I want the beans from Shak. I want to know what's going on. I can tell there's things.
Yeah, you can see it, right? She looks like very
the cat that ate the canary. Come on, what's going
on? Something pretty big is happening, but I actually can't talk about it. Hopefully by the end of the month, I'll be able to talk about it. Let's see. Yeah, I work on so many secret things. I'm so busy, and I'm not allowed to talk about them.
I think we should do a whole show where we ask about things, and then our entire answers are, I can't tell you about it, but it's going to be great. That's the entire show.
That's the entire show. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Jack, what can you say? What can you tell us? Or you just tease us with something. East Coast, West Coast, international, one of the three, all above. She's looking. People are like, they're off camera going, no.
Get out of there. Just go. Leave, run.
I cannot say anything. I'm sorry.
Aww.
So let's skip over that one. And
all right. So what about you, Uplando? Because I know you do have a few things in your vault there, but I want to I want to see if you're able to kind of.
I'll get in all kinds of trouble right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll fall on the sword, and I'll try and then I'll try and be what do you call that? A bad influence on Shaq.
Hear this? Spill the beans. The little paw beans.
Little paw. I'll be the bad influence on Shaq. Look, we just finished the Uplandia Quest for the Block Explorers, and we're following that up with a building contest. It starts tomorrow. You build on any of the properties that you acquired in Tokyo that brings utility directly to those. That is one of the themes that we are following. When we have events like this, people had said, "Oh yeah, let us get in and use the properties for Tokyo for the quest." We really wanted people to get acclimated. We wanted to make sure the features and functions were, worked right. And that was just a timing thing. We would like to have all of Tokyo open, Japan open as well for you guys. But that is in now. You can build on those properties. It's rice and salt and a house. And there are new resources. There's new food combinations right out of the gate, unlockable players. There's some that are, you have to figure it out what to do with what. And then you're talking about 100,000 epics for winners for that contest that we're going to build anyway on those properties. So now we're just giving them more incentive and a little bit more. Hey, thank you for doing this with us. And then as we continue forward, we're moving off the Discord platform onto web, and we have a lot of things in store. I think we'll follow this up with another type of competition. You missed the Upland hat. Well, it's you can grow this mop. You just let it go. Yeah, when you can
I think I wasn't that. I wasn't sandwiched. Oh my God, geez. I wasn't sandwiched that time, but I remember we were in the meet, and you were like right next to me, and I'm like, I want to braid your hair, and I was just like pulling it. He's like, no.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Hey man, I'm gonna grow it as long as it'll grow. I take after Joe. Joe's got the Shaq. They've all got the luxurious locks. It'll take me 10 years to grow that.
Joe got some great hair.
Talk about it. And then we, of course, look. I've been working with a service-based group that has to do with resources in Upland. We're working on the registration and the escrow part of it now. We are very, very close. We've worked through all the web part of it, and that will bring what is already there, which is what's building currently Morecheese and my Speedway. So everybody that knows about UP Explorer, that knows of House of Spark, that is a project that, again, it is the oldest first Spark exchange that's ever been around, and it's still going. It ain't quitting. We're not going to stop. It's 1% to build, people. 1%. Can't beat that. So those are the things that I have going on. I do hope to have more projects with Upland in the future, and I of course everything I got going on with you and Shaq is great. So.
I want to make a comment about I'm so super excited today. I built a salt mine, a salt farm.
Ooh, grats.
You're gonna need that. You're gonna need that. That salt is the way to go.
Oh, wait, one last question, Uplando. The items that you can grow in Japan, those will go towards a defensive potion?
Yeah, so there's a special combination that boosts players' defense. So Shaq building the salt farm will be able to utilize that as an ingredient in the cooking station to be able to further that part. So yes, 100%. There's always, here's the thing. It's funny, if you guys could see the back and forth between Noyce and I and the developer part of the aspect of it, because they live it. It's just, it's doing that. And we have such great dynamic conversations about how things go together and the level of difficulty and the things to use and explanations. We wish we could just brain dump it and just have it. But it's good to work with people that like to really have a creative element in their work, and they do enjoy working. So that's why these early adopters like a Shaq, like a Zoe, like a Tia, like a Tim over there in Chicago. It's just that's what's working. That's what gets these projects done. So hats off to everybody that puts in the hard work.
Thanking you.
Yeah,
I am going to. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Jackie.
No, really, just thank you, Uplando, because it is so amazing to have these layer 2 utilities, giving layer 2 games that are bringing utility to our assets in Upland, and cannot thank you enough for what you're doing. Like, it is mind-blowing awesome.
It's a lot. Thank you. Noise will appreciate that a great deal. Sir Dylan is our new dev that we have coming in, so it's going to be good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Oh, wait. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to bring up this article because I found it and it just came out recently, and it was a really cool insight onto how governments will kind of like adapt to the rise of the metaverse and how things will be a lot easier in the future. So the name is How Governments Can Adapt to the Rise of the Metaverse. Basically what I said. And like they'll just kind of like how they'll embrace it. I'll just go through this real quickly. Number one, regulatory frameworks for virtual property and transaction. Just as governments regulate physical property and transactions, the metaverse demands new regulation frameworks for virtual assets. So can you believe this? In the future, we're going to be paying homeowners taxes on properties. Do you see that happening?
Ooh, I see there being a definite discussion about that. That would be something to be argued.
That would be like trying to tax baseball cards.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. I think what it is instead of putting it into like a collection thing, they're gonna it should be in the collection thing. But again, this is just an article and how they think it's gonna work. But let's read on. These assets, ranging from digital real estate to virtual goods, have monetary value and can be traded or sold. Governments should collaborate with tech companies to develop systems that ensure fair taxation. I hate this article already. Consumer protection and property rights within the metaverse. By doing so, they can prevent fraudulent activities. Now, I do have to say, we are living in the Wild West a bit. Things are, without rules for the most part. But how can the government claim any sort of taxation on something that's a virtual reality and not, real reality?
Capital gains, taxing it, whatever you want to call it, they'll attempt it, and we'll see if it happens. At this point, this is a written piece that maybe it's the perception or the thought of it. I don't know. Yeah. You tracking down those assets can be difficult, but I think they're just trying to lay the framework.
All right. So digital identity and privacy protection. Metaverse blurs a line between physical and digital existence, raising concerns about privacy and data security. Governments must establish robust regulations to safeguard users' digital identities and personal data in virtual spaces. Balancing the benefits of personalized experience with the need for privacy will be crucial to building trust among metaverse participants. Now, I don't know. I feel like the government should not they should have a little bit of their foot in the door, but not completely.
Shak, thoughts?
Well,
He put you on the spot.
Well, the government is supposed to, the whole purpose of government is to protect its citizens. And when this goes well, it's a good thing.
Mm.
When it does not go well, people get really mad and come out being, feeling anti-government.
Yeah.
So, it's the question of, well, if they do it the right way, that would be great. And if they don't, then that wouldn't be great.
Yeah.
But, so.
I like what Robzilla said. They're like the mafia. We're protecting you. That costs money. Pay up. That is perfect. Well said.
Speaking of paying up, if Dex at UCC being first, that could very well be. We'll have to look at the number. We'll have to look at who entered the space there first. That's fair enough. And then for the person who was speaking about the Upix crystals, yes, that Upix crystals will be earned in influence for each new city, and you'll have your own actual individual items that you can farm there, and early adopters and those others who contribute to it will have their own unique items per their areas. But Cheese, carry on.
Carry on my way. All right. Cross-border jurisdiction and governance. So the decentralized nature of the metaverse can complicate jurisdictional issues. Governments need to work collaboratively on an international scale to address challenges related to cybercrime, taxation, which they're doing to us anyway, intellectual property, establishing clear guidelines for cross-border interactions within the metaverse will help prevent legal ambiguity ambiguities and ensure that individuals and businesses can engage in activities so securely. So when I first read that, for some reason, I thought of people crossing the border illegally. I'm like, what is that going to do?
Yeah, it's an interesting way. I mean, they're against it until they're for it, is all this is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, and so if my vision of the metaverse comes true, right, which is that it's like a redo of real life, we get a do-over, and we build this metaverse where people can come to work, play, socialize, run businesses, get hired by businesses, a place that has no borders, brings the world together.
Oh yeah.
Creating opportunities for people that don't have them in their own countries. Now, I'm describing an idealistic world that happens to be virtual, where we solve many of the problems that exist, here in real life. Now, if it does become like a better version of the world where people are working and playing and running businesses and making incomes by working for these businesses, then all of this makes sense. In fact, I would say that this article reaffirms, my vision of the metaverse, which is that it's going to be like the real world with a real economy. And so all of these things become valid questions.
That's true. The thing that kind of makes me not want this to happen is when I see people from countries that aren't doing so well striving in the metaverse because of lack of regulation, like second chances for people who never really had that chance, sort of thing. And I'm like, this can only ruin that for them. You put up red tape, you put up hoops to jump through, and pretty soon they're left out of it. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like there should definitely be a really nice middle ground to it where they can, regulate it, but at the same time, kind of leave it for the people as well.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Or leave it to, if you're making over a certain amount of money, then it becomes taxable. But up to that amount, you can have it. Like, let's say, for example, um, up to 50K, you is free. After that, whatever is like taxed, but at a really small rate.
Yeah, we'll see how this all unfolds. I like Shaq's vision of the future of the metaverse,
Yeah.
and I think that for us all, Upland is a platform that allows us to express our talents that we have and work with others to bring these streams of revenue in. And we will all have to see if the juice is worth the squeeze on this one. It'll be fun to have and see as we all have dev shops that come in or meta ventures that come in. It'll be very exciting to see how well those pay off in the future.
Very interesting. Yes.
Before we go on, Grizzly can't have cows in Tokyo. What the heck?
Oh, so they're grinding away over there in Uplandia in Tokyo. So that's very interesting. You say this. So Tokyo is not entirely open in the world just yet. It's just the quest. So Tokyo will continue to open, and you'll be able to do different things. Each specific area has specific types of animals, as would happen anywhere else. So you're not going to find a kangaroo in Queens unless somebody put it over there. Over in the Bronxdale, I hear that there are cows in Bronxdale. So Grizz, you might just wait a little bit and find yourself over in Bronxdale. I think you'll be surprised at the level of intelligence that those bovine have. Could be in trouble. Could be in trouble.
Yeah, just don't try to eat them. All right, education and workforce development. As the metaverse evolves, it will create new opportunities for employment and entrepreneurship. Governments should invest in education and workforce development programs to equip citizens with the skills needed to thrive in this digital environment. This could involve partnerships with technology companies, universities, and training institutions to offer relevant courses and certifications. Again, I'm going to be the devil's advocate on this. I think that if anybody wants to learn anything, we're in an age where they could just get on a computer. If they don't have one, go to the library and go on your phone. There is a way to get for everybody to have a phone, and learn yourself. I am self-taught with a lot of things. I know time is an issue for a lot of people, but I don't think the government needs to spend any money on that.
Yeah, we're so early on. In a lot of this article, I'm feeling that it's you put something out there so you can reference it later. And if it comes to fruition, it gives you something to write about. A lot of these articles that come out and say Upland's dead, Bitcoin's dead, this is dead, that's dead. It's a way for them to exercise their skill set, which is writing. So good for them for getting punctuation and layout correctly and getting paid. Thank you.
He's like, I don't even want to touch that. Shaq, what do you think?
Well, I still maintain that the fact that this whole piece exists, this article, it is confirmation to me, right? They're essentially saying the metaverse is real, the metaverse is coming, and here are the things that we're going to have to think about as a society because it's here. I mean,
but do you think the government should pay for training, education training?
So I agree with what you said, Cheese.
Okay.
But, well, I want to add to it a little bit.
Okay.
People can learn just about anything they want to learn today because the information is all out there.
Oh, yeah.
Not everybody is good at learning on their own. So part of the reason that we are first comers in the metaverse is because we have a certain way of being. We can learn, we can explore. Not everybody has the personality or the mind to be first in the metaverse. So for all of those people, they might benefit from a little bit of training.
Well, then go to college.
Not
Take
everyone
Take a
college.
training course. Take out a student loan. I had to do it.
Um,
Look at Uplando's face.
but if
Look at the time. Look at the time.
if you want something to become adopted, then putting the onus on the people that you're hoping will adopt it might not be the smartest plan. Rather having some Parks and Rec
Yeah, I
things,
love that show.
Yep.
that might be a good way to help mass adoption. And something interesting that you reminded me of, I read or listened to a professor from Berkeley who was talking about how with blockchain and the metaverse and how rapidly all of this technology is evolving and changing, that universities actually do not have the resources or the knowledge or the ability to change as quickly as technology is evolving.
Wow.
Basically saying it's impossible for this stuff to be taught anymore.
It's not impossible. Nothing is impossible, especially for the price we pay as Americans for school.
Well, it's what he said. I think he was a software professor at Berkeley, and he said it's changing too quickly for schools to keep up, and we need to change the education system somehow. And I think even mentioned YouTube, that YouTube might be a
That's how I learn all my stuff.
exactly.
Yeah. YouTube is great. You can learn anything.
I thought it was
Let's move on because if Lando's like, uh-oh. And then I can see two sides of every story. I just like to play devil's advocate, to advocate for people who aren't in the discussion, who might have that different opinion. But yeah, I do agree with everybody here. Ethical and content regulations. Yes, this is the first thing I agree with in this list. The metaverse presents a platform for a wide range of content, some of which may be inappropriate, harmful, or offensive. Governments need to establish ethical guidelines and content regulations that align with societal values while still respecting freedom of expression. Striking this balance would be critical to fostering a positive and inclusive virtual environment. The first thing that comes to my mind is personal attacks and anything bad with children involved. So I think that one is pretty much easy. We can agree with that. And let's conclude this this article. The rise of the metaverse presents a unique opportunity for governments to shape the future, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, any financial crypto.
Those toads followed us over here. Cheese.
Toads.
Freaking
That's
toads.
right.
Because remember, because we did the toad thing in that metaverse that they were doing when we were on the other we were doing the show the last time, and because you looked at digital toads, it followed you.
Where is it? There it is.
Yeah.
They followed me. I want
They
to
followed you,
toad.
those toads. Be careful.
All right, so we're almost done, people. Viewer showcase. So this is something that I kind of want to have the viewers in on. And basically, I want, for the first episode, I thought it would be really cute. Anybody who wants to participate can create their best picture of Morecheese in the Metaverse art, right? You could use any kind of art. I don't care if it's AI, just kind of manipulate it a bit, put it in anywhere where you could just like swirl it or whatever. The winner will be selected by wheel spin, and the winning art will be made into 5 NFTs under the Morecheezwax name and given to the winner to distribute as they like. So there's that. If you want to do that, that might be a lot of fun. And then, yeah, just anything. Is there anything you guys want to bring up or talk about? If not, then we can stay fresh cheese bags.
want to hear the Shak last words of wisdom.
Ooh, he's picking on you, Shak.
I'm trying to fish information out of Shak. That's really what I'm trying to do. I'm unsuccessful.
Yeah, I know.
Bruce Lee sink ship and share her ship is sailing. It ain't going sinking. So.
My words of wisdom for the day are: be kind to each other, be positive. The best thing that we can do in the metaverse is to keep the bigger vision, the grand vision in our heads, and realize that this is a long-term project. We are early comers. The road is going to be bumpy sometimes. A positive outlook, be nice to each other, and be nice about the platform that we have come to call our home.
I like that. I like that. That was a really nice, thank you for calling her out, Uplando. And I think that's it. We just made an hour, which is pretty awesome. I thought this was going to only be a half an hour, but you get people in here that like to talk, excluding Shak. Wait, like to talk a lot, like obnoxiously a lot, which is Uplando and I. Yeah. So you were a nice balance. Let's get out of here before I say anything else. Who wants to hear the theme song again? Okay, I'll play the theme song. Woo!
Morecheeze in the Metaverse on a digital quest each day, finding Upland news and NFTs to trade away. From blockchain gaming to PC delights, navigating the virtual world amidst countless bytes.
All right, stay fresh, she's back.